Okay, so this is a new video. It's similar to other ones. I'm kind of loosely calling it the nodal structure of the human psyche. And basically, these are all the kind of frequency nodes within the human psyche. And I've been trying to figure this thing out, the tonal structure of the human psyche. And I don't really know how to figure it out. But what I have here are 49 tones, 7 going up, 7 going across. And this just kind of loosely represents the torso and the head. And what you have is you have the center line right here, which is got going from the base of the spine to the top of the head, which is the notes C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Now, what I figured is if that perspective is correct of the how the notes, the progression of notes in the human psyche, frequencies rather, then I was saying, well, then maybe you could do something like this. So at each level, you start with the center note, which is either C, D, E, F, G, A, or B, and then you go out from there, and you just kind of do the progression with that as the kind of center note. So on this first line, you have G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and so on, and you go up A, B, C, D, all the way up. So this is all just trying to put together a progression, this tonal progression of the, or rather this progression of notes or progression of tones in this kind of nodal structure, kind of mapping, I don't know if I'd say nodal structure, but frequency structure, nodal structure of trying to map out this tonal structure of the human psyche. Now, there's one other point that's, just kind of related, I just want to note, is the 7 vowel sounds as demonstrated by Jonathan Goldman, which kind of resonate at these 7 locations as well: u, o, I, a, e, and correspond to the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Those are important. I think what's going on here is that we do have something like this. There may be more than 49 nodes in the human psyche. I mean, if you factor in the frequencies nodes along the arms, the legs, as well as in the psyche, there may be many more than 49. But I think it's a good starting point to try to, if we can map out this progression correctly, we can really understand a lot of things about the human being that we don't understand. There's a couple things. Well, there's 2 points that I wanted to. A couple points I wanted to note is that the just as I noted in some of my magnetism videos, the magnetic spin structures of males and females, as far as I can tell, are mirror images. So likewise, the tonal structure of the human psyche of males and females should be opposite. So what you would have is the male, this would be the right side of the body, this would be the left side, and then of course C, D, E, F, G, A, B would be the center line. Now for a female, it would be the reverse. This would be the right side of the body, this would be the left side. So let me just get closer so you can see what's happening here. You have on the first line, which would be loosely along the base of the spine at C, and then out left and right. So you would have G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Then the next one would be like loosely in the navel region, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then you have the solar plexus, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Then you have kind of the center of the chest. That would be C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Then you would have I'm assuming the throat region, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and then you have, I think that would be, you know, the third eye or whatever, and then out from there. So you have E, F, G, A, B, C, D, and then you'd have the top of the head, I think, which is F, G, A, B, C, D, E. Now, that may or may not be the correct layout of the notes, but I'm pretty sure, pretty confident that the first notes, that the center line is correct. The question is the left and right, and the positioning from that standpoint. I'm not really sure how to map it out correctly or how to test it scientifically, but I think two ways to move in that direction are apparent to me. Number one, we need to create dynamic 3D models, or a dynamic 3D model of human magnetism. And this is kind of where I was moving towards when I was working on the magnetome project, which I still want to complete, but I don't have access to the blogs and so on anymore, so I'm just working on it in a different way. But really, all the stuff I've been doing with magnetism under the name of Ninpo Warrior G, as well as all the blog stuff and vlogs that I've done under the name of Blogger, you know, under the name of G-LOVE, and specifically the Magnetome project, it's all oriented towards setting out the principles necessary to create a dynamic 3D model of human magnetism that is accurate, that's predictive, that can be tested scientifically. But until we get there's another step we can take, which is an idea that I had of 3D cymatics. So cymatics is spelled C-Y-M-A-T-I-C-S. And generally, I'm not saying that cymatics is generally two-dimensional, but it's certainly not anything that at present where we can actually do things to the point where we should be able to do them. That said, there are some videos on YouTube specifically showing acoustic levitation or ultrasonic levitation, which actually are very suggestive as to how we can do three-dimensional cymatics. And the importance of three-dimensional cymatics, not just from a standpoint of creating dynamic 3D models of human magnetism, but understanding the tonal structure of the human psyche, comes down to basically being able to recreate the actual, not only the magnetic patterns, but also the frequency patterns of the human psyche, point by point. So I think it's possible, and this is it's a science that needs to be developed fully, to the point where basically we can take magnetic, electrical, and magnetism, electricity, light, and then we can create structures, patterns, and maintain them in plasma, gas, liquid, and solid mediums. And as we can do this, not only can we figure out the underlying magnetic structure of human magnetism, or what I've called the magnetome, the magnetic equivalent of the genome for the human being, but also we can figure out the precise tonal structure of the human psyche and all these frequency nodes. And again, as I said, there are some really great videos, kind of showing indications in this direction, specifically ultrasonic, in ultrasonic levitation. So that's about it, and I hope it gives some more insight. Thanks.